Oh, sorry,
This hangout is on air right now.
We are live.
You have no time to give.
There's no time.
Time is up.
The grill master is empty. The grill master is empty.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yep.
It's the CultureSmash cast, episode 328 for August the 20th, 2014. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv. To the right of me,
Nicholas Walls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
and to the right of him,
Wayne Pate, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
to the left of me.
Mike Young, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Nice. On the sofa in film noir mode.
Nathan Savino, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Catherine Holder, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Ooh, fans.
Hey, see? No, it's mine.
Last and probably least.
Zach Martin, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Have you really degraded so far, Zach, that you're back with sucking your thumb? So what it looked like when I switched your camera.
What?
It looked like you were doing a little thumb suck action. I'm just saying. Just look like.
I don't thumb suck.
Are you sure?
What else?
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Penis suck is not out of the realm of consideration.
I was about to say, we're starting off real good.
An appendage is an appendage. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah,
You
but-
know, don't you have a
So
story?
are you saying thumb suck is only 2 steps? Other.
No, I think he's saying it's no steps.
Oh, it kind of just is.
Yeah, kind of like.
What kind of thumbs do you have?
Or what kind of penis are we talking about? You're pretty.
Old Dick Thumb Savino over there.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
it's
not even
split.
switching the camera. I'm not even doing it.
Much earlier than I expected, to be honest with you.
Oh my god.
2 seconds there.
That may not be a curse word. I mean, his.
No, I think
See, if you're an audio listener to this show, there is also a reason why you should chat with us.
or they're probably better off for it.
There's some static on the sound.
There's static.
Wait, is it this?
Is it the air conditioner?
I don't know.
Turn it off.
Oh god.
I'm working on it.
Oh, really? Wait, let me switch the camera.
Get that last breath of cool air.
Nathan, cover my butt.
Get ready.
Look out for my butt.
Get ready for sweat. There's like no effort
There goes
on
my
his
butt.
part.
He's not even trying to do
Yeah,
it.
it's the. I actually submitted the camera on it.
What's cropped?
That's like major.
No, it's still
distortion
going.
Or
What? I'm checking that.
it was a
Well, I'll
distortion
turn the air
or.
back on.
But it
Haunting.
wasn't maxing out. It was.
It's a haunting. This apartment is haunted.
Okay.
It's white noise.
Okay, all right, well, hang on.
Yeah.
Starring Michael Keaton.
I was about to say.
Whoops.
They were like,
He doesn't really do much in that movie except for kill,
Well,
so-
temporarily, let me switch
No,
the
that was not helpful.
Actually, I never saw
You guys at the table, sounds like your mic is not on.
On.
The light's supposed to be solid, not blinking.
Yes.
Right. If it's blinking, it's muted.
I just switched it to our mic. For a
Oh,
minute.
yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good.
no, that
That's-
that started strong.
Yeah, but then we're not going to be able to hear them in the Hangouts. Say
Yeah.
something, you guys.
Say something, you
Yes, thank you.
That wasn't bad. It was weaker.
Okay. Well, you
You
guys
will
just,
need to project.
We will just project our voices.
which means
Well, that doesn't happen.
It's a. Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
it's a good thing the
Which-
two people that can project on the couch are
Which-
the ones that get
yeah,
stories.
because this kind of means Zach, because you need to speak up if you have anything to say.
All right, okay.
Because he's always like.
Or you can just not say anything.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Ooh, what was the second option?
We're still getting some
Let's investigate that.
I'm not getting anything.
Hang on.
because it's like
Ada
a
says she hears
weird.
you fine now.
It's just at the end of words and something like that. It's like a little crunch or just a little bit of
Yeah,
distortion.
it's a pop.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. If you're a Google watcher, you just get the privilege of this because I need to check it over here in GarageBand. Dang it! It sounded perfect. Though.
Yeah, no.
I'm not hearing any of it.
Well,
See? No, it's not.
see, Sounds good on GarageBand. No.
It could have been the polyers.
Yes, because it's not doing it all the time.
What?
They just like
What?
they just says it sounds good now, no more static.
All right.
I wonder if that's a kind of a bandwidth thing.
I'm not using any bandwidth. I'm not doing it.
Wow, that sounds really good.
All right.
That's questionable.
Yeah,
No.
that's all a matter of opinion. All right, so we're gonna. All right, so we're just gonna go. We're gonna go.
All right.
If it's acceptable, if they're saying it's acceptable, we're gonna go. Well, what do you hear, Mike? This sounds like crap.
I'm still hearing it.
Maybe Mike just hears things.
Maybe Mike's.
I can unplug the mic and plug it back in. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
I mean, where are you?
That's not gonna work.
Let me plug into you.
Oh, she just.
I just want to monitor.
He's been wanting to do that for years. I'm just saying.
So is your sound up?
No, it wasn't because they want that feedback.
Well, I'm
Oh, it is
plugged
now.
into the jack so
Yeah, it's up.
okay, I can't hear anything.
Let's see. I don't know if I'm. Oh, over here it's probably not set. Check. You still hearing it?
No. Strange.
Um,
Okay, well, it was just that was
What-
not spent a
what
lot
else
of
should I
time.
do?
That was,
I mean, we're
Well, everybody else says it sounds fine, and
Yeah.
the recording that you just
check.
Listen
It's
to-
awesome.
so
Yeah,
that's the
great.
thing we need to care about is what ultimately is the
so
recording.
have you got your sound back down now?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
And I am
All
disconnected.
right. Yeah, you're good. All right. So yeah. So
All right. Well, I'm just not going to worry about it then.
if they're saying it sounds fine in the chat room,
Yeah.
we're gonna go.
That's fine.
All right. So we're going back.
Okay.
All right. So this is like the most unprepared, spastic episode we've done in quite some time.
I was about to say, don't
Yeah,
say
like a
ever.
week.
Yeah. Wouldn't it stop? We are consummate professionals here. So I'm not.
Except not consummate and not professional.
Somebody should have just belched right there.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't. I
It
don't
just
have
wasn't
enough.
happening.
Maybe if I finish the Coke, I'll have some more built-up gas.
That's true.
We should have kept the warm cokes out.
Yeah, I probably would help.
That would definitely help.
Next time I'll pre-Coke up.
I-
Make sure I wipe all the
Well,
powder off my
this
nose
is
before
not
I was
the
gonna
80s.
say you're
All
gonna freak
right,
out.
easy there, Ike Turner.
Nice. This is gonna be one of those kind of shows. All right, so what have you guys been doing this week, Mike? What have you been doing this week?
I've
Don't tell me anything sucky.
passed.
Nico, what's your week like?
Let's see. Yesterday, I went to go see How to Train Your Dragon 2 again. It's
Why?
$2. I liked it the first time. and it
You
was
wasted
$2.
your time with that, and you could have gone to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
I liked How to Train Your Dragons 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy isn't $2 yet.
Well,
I have seen Guardians of the Galaxy twice
I've
already.
seen it twice. I actually
And I will see it more times.
I have some plans to see the third time.
I also yesterday got my player's handbook for Dungeons and Dragons.
I saw your nifty little geektastic picture on Facebook.
Yeah, so I read a lot of that yesterday. I kind of flipped through it again today, but so I'm looking forward to using it. I'm probably going to build a character for when I go to DragonCon to see if I can get in some encounter games.
Oh,
Oh, what? What?
I know what I've been doing.
Mike just raised his hand. Well, you had to pull a Horshack over here. What?
I've been playing with Tasker on Android. I've got my phone set up when I get into the car and
Yeah.
it sees my Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It turns on Google Play and Waze for me automatically, so I don't have to.
That's kind of spectacular. I won't. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I can't see. Can you beat that, Dwayne?
I shipped several packages out through UPS. I moved the yard.
No, you can't. I said don't tell me anything sucky.
Oh, well, those are just things that have to be done.
Then that's sucky.
Oh, I watched that Turtles documentary.
And we were.
It was not so exciting.
It was sad.
No, it was better than average. But I think you'd have to enjoy the Turtles in some You're not going to go to that movie cold and be like, oh, this is the best documentary
So
ever.
yeah, so it's not a good documentary. It's just if you like the turtles, you'll just get more enjoyment of seeing more turtle stuff.
And no, my full review is for coming up.
It's in the queue. It'll
It
be
is in the
here.
queue, so if you have an interest in that, like I said, if you're a turtle fan, it's worth watching. I thought it was heavy on
It's
the
probably
movie.
If
actually
somebody
on Monday.
wasn't jamming up the website.
Yeah, it's something wasn't jamming up the website. MVP capture.
Being the best ever, you guys can suck it.
I'm not complaining.
No,
That's
we're in defensive mode here. We're trying
It's
to turn it
true.
around.
I'm not defensive at all. I don't know how
Because
to.
if you look at CultureSmash.tv at varying times in the last week, it looks like the Catherine show. Just saying.
Well, okay, in my own defense, though, I'm like, Steven, I can't do anything right now. Don't give me anything to review. And then it'll be those times, and there'll be nothing from me. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, well, I'm kind of bored. Nobody else is doing anything? Okay, sure, I'll do like 10 reviews in one day.
And that's awesome when that
I
happens.
wish I had a day I could do that.
Yeah.
That was today. I got 2 reviews done today. But in my defense, one was an album, and the other one was Sci-Fi's new zombie television show.
Yeah,
And I just gave, Z Nation.
Z Nation.
Yeah,
I saw
Zombie's gonna be on
CW.
CW.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got what's his
So
name?
what did that preview look like?
Harold Perrineau from Lost Waltz.
Yeah.
And Guy
wow, that's
Patterson.
who that is.
Yeah, and then Guy Patterson from That Thing You Do. The skinny white dude from Hustle and Flow.
What,
and I think that's the ones that I knew.
the skinny white dude from Hustle and Flow you're talking about is from here. He's
DJ Qualls.
DJ
DJ
Qualls.
Yeah.
No relation.
Yeah. No relation.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's a shame.
Actually, if you go back far enough, we're all related.
that's
it's
true.
Oh.
To Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
No, only about like 1 out of 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there are more than 5 people in here.
Oh,
yeah. So,
so,
there's
yeah.
a pretty good ratio of possibilities.
Already know I'm related to one.
It's true.
Genghis or Khan?
Nice.
I think I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I can even silence a podcast
Genghis
where we're
Khan?
supposed to
Yeah, I don't know.
talk.
I don't know what's going on either.
It's pretty.
It's
pretty ridiculous.
It's a gift.
So anyway,
I was actually leading to something, but I totally forgot what it was.
I also started watching Orphan Black. Does anybody in the chat room?
That's a good choice.
I added
seen
that
bits
to
of
my,
it.
after your recommendation. I added it to my DVR.
I like the first season a lot. Second season,
Really?
yeah.
See, I'm halfway through. Well, I'm not even halfway through. I'm on episode 5 because it's just bad enough to make me be like, oh, I need to know what happens next. But at the same time, it's not. I don't know whether it's because I've grown up and I'm like, I need to like stay away for a while. Really?
yes.
Sorry.
It's a
That
good
show is
cliffhanger
weird.
show
Yes.
because it definitely has that. The last few minutes of the show make you watch the next episode.
Yes.
So the weird show I found myself kind of getting into,
Mhm.
Teen Wolf on MTV.
Yes! Oh my goodness!
Like, so
What's that?
my roommates, Brooke and Matt, are watching it. They've marathoned it. They're on season 4 now. And
Season 5's about to start.
when they're watching it, and I'm walking through the living room. I find myself just staring at the TV, watching it with them. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be in my room doing something. Or, oh yeah, I have to go, and I'm just
Dwayne is really disappointed in you.
and it's
I'm in.
Remember, Team
I-
Wolf first, Team Mom next.
I expected that show to be awful
Speaking
just because it's
speaking
on
of mom, I still broke an invite.
just because one, it's on MTV, but really watching the show, I don't know why it's not on CW. It feels more like one of their shows.
And just so
Well,
you
pretty
know,
much anything
Teen
on
Mom,
MTV
the
feels
original
like it
cast
should be on
is coming back.
CW.
Except that Teen
So
Mom reality TV crap that they do have.
So
Yeah.
bored.
But yeah, it's weird. It's got a actually decent supernatural
Like
bit to it.
I'm like shocked and amazed.
I am too. It's awkward.
I'm so proud.
I also
Who's line? Nico starts watching
I-
Teen Wolf.
I also started.
Moving line,
I also started to try to
Headline:
watch.
Nico grew a vagina.
I also started to try to watch Luther on BBC.
Oh, I've heard that's very good.
Yeah, I've watched the first.
That's a very.
It really is. Like he had to. It's almost like he's playing with his.
I had to balance it out.
Yeah. He's,
If you had led with
He's gotta
Luther and they
remasculate.
went to Team Wolf, we all be like, there you go. But now we're like, oh, what is
yeah.
this?
if you keep
I had to
on
bring
with
it back
that,
up.
it's gonna suck in during Team Wolf and pop out there and Luther's gonna go flat. There'll be nothing left.
But I know I
Be
saw
like
the
a
first.
Ken doll.
I saw the first couple of episodes, and it's really good. And Idris Elba is really good in it. It's a pretty good detective series.
I'm watching.
Yeah,
well,
I
since
know.
we're on this kick right now, I'm still watching Leftovers. I'm keeping pretty current. With
That's
that,
coming
which
back.
is-
It got renewed.
which is
Leftovers.
nice. Which
I
is
saw
nice for a series. And then
That's
what
the
else?
one on
Marin.
HBO, right?
Yeah, HBO. Leftovers is a drama about people who just disappear, and it doesn't appear to be religious.
You know
in
what
nature.
the worst part of that show is the name. Is the
It is a bad
title
name. It is a
didn't
bad name.
inspire me,
Yeah.
Sounds like a reality show about dumpster divers.
or
Yeah.
some
It
like
is not a good
nighttime drama or something.
No,
But-
I
Like a
wouldn't like
nighttime
that.
drama about people who are divorced or something.
I think of food when I think of Leftovers, so that's
I
why
like
expect the show.
Leftovers, though.
I like Leftovers too, but I don't want what would be an interesting show about leftover food?
It's true.
Anything.
What are you
that
guys
Gordon Ramsay
whispering
on.
about over
We're talking about
About the
leftovers.
leftovers.
Yeah, actually, if Gordon Ramsay hosts
About-
a show about
When I
food
think
leftovers, that'd be
leftovers, I
okay.
think opening up our fridge and seeing everything that has been cooked that we don't want to eat.
there? But you probably didn't want to eat it when it was originally cooked.
No.
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 Yeah. They don't call that leftovers. That's called trash. I'm just-
Yeah.
Catherine, have you been keeping up with the Garfunkel and the Oats?
I haven't watched a single episode.
Oh,
How is it?
funny.
It's amazing.
But it's just fun to see those girls on screen.
I
They're awesome.
love
They're
them
so
so
awesome.
much. I love that girl
What are we
since she
talking
was on
about?
Scrubs.
Garfunkel and Oates is a female comedy singing duo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm so out. I might as well leave
Shut
it.
You may want to. They're pretty damn funny.
They're really, really funny.
Very clever.
Yes. I like them a lot.
So-
Yeah.
I had a friend who introduced me to it through Pregnant Woman or Smug, and like 3 days later, it's like, so I just found out Garfunkel and Oates are coming down, and so I got tickets from Zanies. Like, I became like this
In the
huge
chat room,
fan overnight.
I think we're getting a hint to go to movies because I'm seeing Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
And
So,
she
what
is
movies
French.
came out?
Yeah. But really quick, this made me laugh in the chat room. Hector said, "Be back soon. I have to pick up my daughter. Talk slow."
No, it's talk.
It's already 7:45. What's this?
We've not really talked slow, but we've
listings.
really just talked about
A
nothing.
lot of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've talked about
it's true.
nothing.
Well, that's the majority of the show.
We haven't really had
It's
an open
kinda-
like this before.
Oh yes, we have.
Yeah.
We've talked about.
Not always the
nonsense
majority of the
crap.
show that we talk about.
That's
Right.
we always get to the first story immediately.
I feel
and then
like-
you start.
I feel like Jerry Seinfeld's about to sue us for copyright infringement. How much we talk about nothing.
You can't.
That
you
would,
can't
it would be
copyright
like the
that, yeah.
beginning of
I don't know if that's
American movie. What's he gonna do? Take my Evil Dead book?
Oh, Nico.
I'm
Alright.
just waiting for y'all to get to me so I can say my 10 cents here.
Oh, yeah. See,
I
I don't
don't
want to
think
know.
you're
ready
I
to do
normally don't want to know what you did over the weekend, though, Zach. I'm afraid you're going to give me some answer I'm disgusted by.
Well, I worked,
I said nothing bad.
and
I
then
was gonna say, can you make tits working at Walgreens?
Exactly.
well, I worked,
Nice.
and then I went to a party, and then I worked on some reviews, which are hopefully going to be submitted soon. They're long.
and one review that's been revised because of.
I already sent that off.
Oh, I know.
Basically, one of these days I woke up and I was like, I want to watch 7. So as soon as I woke up, I watched 7, and I realized how bad of an idea that was.
That's an awesome movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's the starter of your day.
That sounds like a fantastic game. to start.
So movies aren't
Good
cigar-
starter.
like cigars. You shouldn't start with the strong ones.
I don't have
in
an
the
issue
morning
with
and work
that.
up to the lighter ones. And then,
That doesn't
It's
bother me.
that, well, the way that movie ends does not lead to, yeah, it's going to be a great day. It's like,
I think that would put you in a
Yeah,
perfect
yeah, I
frame
think
of
it
mind to go to
Because,
work.
hey, my
It can
day's,
only go up from here.
my day's obviously going to be better than Brad Pitt's.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So what's
how
your
I
issue?
use. I use Evil Dead 2 when after I've had a bad day because I watch it. I'm like, well, at least my day was better than his. Like Bruce Campbell has a pretty crappy day in that
It's
movie.
true. He does.
To be fair, he has a pretty crappy day in all of the movies.
Not Ari Darvis.
Oh, okay,
Ari
Ari
Darvis
Darvis,
as well.
an okay
But it
score,
is well
depending
for it.
on the ending.
Yeah,
It's true,
that's
baby.
true.
Yeah, one ending exists and one doesn't. You know, he won't sign things that have the alternate ending.
Really?
Yeah, because I brought something to him once. And I don't sign the alternate ending stuff.
That's
You know,
Yeah.
that's I mean, that's kind of being a dick in one way. But then
Kind-
again, it's kind of cool that it's like, yeah, I don't like it. Screw it.
more like a
It's just kinda
jackass
cool.
of all trades. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding,
it's
Bruce. We
true.
love you. Please be
No,
on the show.
Bruce.
He's okay.
But
I mean, he
other
is
than
exactly what you think he would.
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, he kind of is his character in a way, I guess. It's kind of him.
but other than that, not a whole lot this week.
No, good for you. Okay. You built it up to be something interesting, and
I said 10 cents. I didn't say $1.
No, that's true.
Actually,
He definitely doesn't make that at Walgreens.
can I tell my
No
Bruce
chance
Campbell
now.
story real quick?
I wish you would.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we always have
Is
that.
there-
Went for a signing, sat down and he started talking, like we were chatting, which was pretty cool because it felt like, hey, Bruce Campbell has time to talk to me. And he goes, so what do you do? And I was like, well, I taught, I work at a call center, and I saw where I was going with it. I couldn't stop myself. I go, I guess you could say I'm a jack of all trades. And he goes, ha ha, you may be so bold. That's really cool. Because he could have just totally brushed that off and be like, next.
He's
You had a moment with Bruce
He was-
Campbell.
he's a temperamental dude
Shared him up.
because I went to a book signing and reading from him at Barnes and Noble, and I watched the reading and it was great. It was If Chance Could Talk, which is a great book, by the way.
Wait, was it Barnes & Noble or the other shop here in town?
I
The
don't
Green
know.
Hills one.
It was whatever the local shop was.
I think we were at the same
We
time.
probably were.
Yeah.
Because it was a great reading.
Which one?
Parnassus.
No.
No, it wasn't that one. It might have been Davis Kidd.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Davis
Well,
Kidd,
which
yeah.
is no longer here.
Yeah, like most bookstores, they're no longer. But that he was great at that one
Mhm.
because I stuck around. I went up and got some stuff signed, and he was super cool. That was great. 6 months later, I did an interview with him at the
Uh-huh.
round table. Somebody at the round table asked him an Evil Dead question, and he blew up. And then I asked him, like, so what do you want to talk about? And he was like, don't patronize me. I was like,
Wow.
what? Did you?
How do I win with you, Bruce Campbell?
There was no winning.
Oh, man.
Such a bad taste in my mouth. It's like
Oh.
bad leftovers.
Sometimes I'm just willing to give a pass when it's one time, because sometimes you just have a bad day.
Well, yeah, but you're not allowed to do that when you're putting yourself in front of
Yeah,
people.
that's true, but
Yeah.
See, that's why I think I would be an awesome celebrity because I don't have bad days, bitches.
Yeah, okay.
I know it's way beyond the realm of possibility, but I would love to be a celebrity just to lie my ass off every time anybody asks me a question.
Yeah.
Just to make up crap.
I mean, you don't do that already.
I was about to say, can't you just do this in real life? That's what I do.
Yeah.
We can try that right now. Mike, tell me
The
about
consequences are a little bit harsher when you're a regular Joe than if you were a celebrity. Yeah.
Well, let's see how you do with this. Mike, tell us about your new project.
Well, it's really interesting. I'm building a spaceship in my backyard.
Okay, let's talk about the box office. I'm just saying. Which is probably what would have happened to him even if he told the truth. Just saying. It's really not that much different in real life, is it?
Well, in real life, I
Yeah.
just think about it.
True. It's true. All right, so let's do that. Let's actually talk about last weekend's box office. I'm very interested to talk about last weekend's box office.
Number 10.
Number 10 on the box office was Hercules. That one made $2.1 million over the weekend. It's made $68 million so far. And it's a $100 million budget on that. Number
I'm trying
9.
to think of some joke about it pulling its weight, but it's just not.
It's not
It's not
working.
doing it.
And the fact that you mentioned it to try to make a joke out of it.
It's not much of a Herculean
Still
effort.
didn't work, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
not
good though.
too
That was a
bad.
step up. It
Yeah.
wasn't good.
See,
it
I
was
was
a
just-
step up.
I was just trying to help.
It's team. It's a teamwork.
He was your wingman.
Yeah, I'm setting
He
him
was
up.
your
Yeah, see?
goose.
I'm just living up to Coke's destiny.
That's right.
He's giving you a rock for your foundation. So.
Thank you. Ethan.
Things are really wrong.
I can't tie that in with his grill master.
That's true.
I will be your retaining wall to my fountain. No.
Okay, let me just do this. Pretend like
You
none of
set
this
up like a
happened.
retaining wall. That would be amazing. That's a good song. We should do that.
Can we pretend like this isn't happening?
I think it's too
I
late for
already
that.
am.
So,
Somebody-
number 9.
Number 9 is Step Up, All In.
Yeah.
2.6 million.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You should say that.
He just told you to shut up
Looks like Step Up needs to step down.
because it only made $11.8 million.
This is his second weekend.
To be
Yeah.
fair, that might be its budget.
Yeah, it might be.
The budget is unreleased, but it cannot be a high budget.
Yeah, it's like $50 and some dinner.
I have no doubt
Tattoo a ribbon.
it will probably make its budget back.
I'm sure. What are you saying?
I said reset.
I gotta pop
hi
onto the screen for a
to
minute.
Oh, I don't have it up.
you.
That's right. He can see me.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right, so number 8 is Lucy.
So if you want to distract our show in the future, text people to have Dwayne say hi to you.
Exactly.
Well, it's my son. It's a
We
little.
could do a
Yeah, I was
fundraiser.
about to say.
I don't do that for everybody.
Miss Loins.
Well-
We are so like off track here.
What's going on, Steven?
Number 8 is Lucy.
What's going on with
Yeah,
number
it
8?
made $5.4 million, and that movie sucks. So I don't know why people are going to see it. but it's made $107 million on a $40 million budget. So,
So we're gonna get a list.
It's because some people really are only using dippers.
You want to know what the sad part of it is if they make a sequel, I'll probably go see it.
The next one's gonna be called Lucy and Brad.
Because it's like that the freaking Resident Evil movies. They never get better; they continue to get worse. But I go see them every time.
Because they're good.
I keep hoping. No,
No, they're not.
the first one is good.
The first one is good. The first one was a legitimately entertaining video game movie.
I
Yeah.
actually thought the second one was a pretty decent horror film.
Okay. Number 7, the 100-Foot Journey. It made $7.1 million, 23.6 to be precise. Especially when the budget is 22.
So it made money.
There you go. Number 6 is Into the Storm. That one made $7.8 million. It's made a total of $31.5 million so far on a $50 million budget.
New this week.
New, Nathan. The Giver opened in 5th place with $12.3 million.
That's fun.
On a $25 million budget.
Didn't
So,
quite get a bit.
Have you seen it?
It's true.
Has anybody seen it?
I haven't
No.
seen it.
No.
Wait, I'm getting a reminder on my phone that
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard Meryl Streep's performance wasn't very good. In fact, it's more like meh Meryl Streep.
Nice. It didn't really work out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really work
It's
out.
still pretty good.
It was a good try.
Maybe it's a written joke. I'm gonna tweet it out.
I thought about seeing The Giver, but basically the critical reviews and the trailer basically kept me away.
None of that was funny. I was waiting for a joke.
I thought about seeing The Giver, but I decided to take a nap.
I mean, because I love
There's
the book,
nothing
but
funny about The Giver, everybody.
I don't
Yeah,
have
it's
to
not
see
very
the giver.
giving.
I am the giver.
Now, you're the
I thought you
taker.
were the receiver.
You're the taker.
On certain things.
But like when I read the book, there was nothing futuristic I ever envisioned.
I never
reading.
pictured it that way.
No, so when the trailer comes out, it's like super realistic, futuristic, and I'm going, excuse me, that's not how the book describes.
Well, see,
it.
I thought the marketing was bad because I haven't read the book,
Haven't either.
and I thought it was a sci-fi thing, but none of the trailers gave you the feeling of a sci-fi movie until just recently. Over the last week or so, they've added that element in, and they've waited too long, I think.
Do you,
I
do you
get kind of
think
the
this will
feeling.
do you think this will go in the pile of young adult teen novel book?
I
movie?
think Welcome to Vampire Academyville.
Yeah, I get the feeling it was trying to cash in on whatever it was that Divergent had.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Divergent had, because that
And you
movie
can't
was
do
not
that
good.
because Divergent was trying to cash in on the Hunger Games. How many
Well,
times can you make a copy
Yeah, but
before
you
you
guys
can't
are
read it?
comparing apples to oranges because The Giver is like an actual, like, good piece of literature that's required reading in school.
That might be
Oh.
true. I'm not talking about the book though. I've never read the book. But I'm talking about like
It's
particularly
good.
Stephen's bit on them trying to pitch it
And I
as this kind of
understand that,
post.
but
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think. Chalk it up to not great filmmaking. I
The
don't think
marketing-
it should go in the
yeah.
Divergent. And
No, I'm not- okay, I'm not saying the book is. The
This-
book is not what I'm talking
I
about.
don't even think the movie. I think
I'm talking
they-
about the promotion.
the promotion was.
That is
horrible for The
exactly
Giver.
what I'm
It
talking
looks
about.
like
Is
a
the
carbon
And
copy
in
of
the
that
end,
and those other
the
movies.
movie itself, the book may be way better, but the movie feels like it was made to riff on Divergent, which
Yeah,
was
it
made to
almost-
riff on
it almost
Hunger Games.
feels
Although,
or maybe
That's
more to
the
glom onto
advertising.
it.
That's what we're saying.
I'm
We're not saying the
saying-
actual
I'm saying-
material.
I know, but I'm saying that's the advertising. But I'm also saying, going to say like with the cast they have and what I've heard of The Giver, I think it's a good movie. We should all see.
When it comes to
How did I let that get drawn out so long before realizing what was going on?
I bought it right into the end,
pretty damn
Nathan.
good.
when it comes to the $2 theater, I'll definitely check it out.
You
because
do that.
Yeah, I won't have a problem giving.
You know, that's what I did with Divergent 2, and I still kind of want my $2 back.
I'll give $2 to the.
There was already a
I don't
second
mind.
one.
Divergent 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, okay. I would go see that. Actually.
Me too. All right, so we will come back to this movie in a moment. Number 4 is The Expendables 3. It opened over the weekend at $15.8 million. We don't have the budget on that one yet, and
Probably a bit more.
probably a little bit more actually. But if
But I don't
you
think it's going to be much more.
reading what the analysts are saying, that's right in line with what they expected. They were expecting 16, so it's slightly under.
I'm actually, yeah, that's basically close to where I'd expect it to be.
Yeah,
it
and
would
it's
not
pretty
be-
close to where the first two were. So.
Yeah, I think it's pretty on par. I have a friend of mine who's a fan of the Expendables movies who went to go see it, and she was really impressed, or really
Yeah.
happy with it.
I think the marketing on this one was weak. compared to the others. Somehow it just didn't work for me as much. I still want to see the movie because there's new additions. Like what I'm reading is, just watching it, you can tell that Harrison Ford is having a blast.
Yeah.
Which, to see that man crack a smile is a pretty unique situation, I think.
I think that's very true. If it's a movie where Harrison Ford's actually trying, he was the best part of Ender's Game because he actually tried acting.
Yeah.
That was nice. And I like seeing Wesley Snipes back acting again now that he's out of
And
jail.
there's supposed to be a highlight scene in the movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger is just blasting with a machine gun and laughing like a freak, and it's supposed to be really pretty entertaining.
I really want to see it. I will definitely see it when it hits.
I hate that the PG-13 situation really bothers me. I mean, normally I'm not as aggressive about that, but this is supposed to be homaging movies from the 80s, and in those movies there was a lot of bloodletting and head
To be fair,
they were R-rated movies.
You can get away with a lot more with a PG-13 now than you could.
But it's
Great.
still,
Go compare the first 2 films and then compare this one. You'll find it a little less bloody and a little less.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, first 25 minutes, yeah. It leaked on the internet a month ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. It did leak.
it did, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I'm
checked
sorry,
out the
I don't-
first 25 minutes.
I like to actually donate my money to movies. Unless they're bad, I'll just donate $2.
I checked it out based on the pretenses of it's going to be PG-13, so I wanted to see what they were doing with it. It's clearly, like, they cut it right to the frame where they have to cut for PG-13. It feels like the PG-13-fied.
Well,
That just sucks.
Remember, kids, it's not
look at it
stealing
this
if
way.
you feel entitled.
Look at this.
It
And
is-
the other 2
it
were R,
feels like a
right?
TV
1 and 2 were R, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you typically go PG-13 to try to get a broader audience that you
Right.
can't get with R.
It's true.
If it's opening at roughly the same as it opened on the previous 2 films.
No, it didn't. It opened about half.
The last one, the box
Opened up
office,
at 30 billion, or just under 30.
Box Office Mojo was set at 16, was right
That's
on
why
par.
That's why Lionsgate is freaking out, saying
But the other-
piracy killed this movie.
The other part you got to look at too is the number of days. I mean, this movie got no extra days either. It came out on Friday. There's no Wednesday, Thursday opening on this one.
Okay, and Expendables 1 didn't get that, and it opened
Expendables
up
2
at
did.
60 million. So one of these trends is not like the other.
That's where I was going.
All right, never mind. Let's move
This one
on.
opened at 60,
Number
this one opened at 30,
Actually, number 3.
Yeah, actually number 3. It doesn't really matter because I don't. In our film ball game, I don't know who got this movie. It wasn't enough to impact the game though. Number 3 was Let's Be Cops. What a terrible looking movie. I'd
Oh
rather
my
watch.
no! I'm really excited for
No.
this because it's Nick Miller and Coach from New Girl, and they are so freaking hilarious, and it looks so dumb that I think it might actually be good. I think it's gonna be like Hot Tub Time Machine. Where
I'm not
it's
hearing
so-
those kind of reviews for it. Well,
Yeah.
actually, Hot Tub Time Machine got bad reviews too. If I
But
remember
that's the
right.
thing, and everybody loves Hot Tub Time Machine.
Not everybody. I like it, but not everybody.
I loved Hot Tub Time Machine.
I haven't even
Yeah.
watched it.
I
It's
want
fun
to see this
enough.
one.
It's
Yeah, I want to see this one. Am I going to go to the theater? No, but I do want to see it.
Well, that says a lot if you're not willing to
so
pay the big bucks.
since we're on Hot Time Machine, does anybody know why Cusack's not in the second one? Did he just say F this?
I didn't know he wasn't. I knew they greenlighted it.
He's not in the trailer at all.
I didn't know the trailer was out
Yeah,
already.
they came out
Neither
for
did I.
Comic-Con.
That is disturbing.
It's something I should look up. If only there were some kind of I don't know.
Connection of
Yeah, only somebody-
computers
information.
and servers
Be a
that
thing.
transporting information.
Anyway, so Let's Be Cops.
Very
It made 17.8 million on its opening.
I think it's
26
They should-
total out of
26.
17.
Yeah,
I think
and a
the
$17
studio-
million budget. So.
The studio should fall on their knees and thank whatever god they pray to that it made that much. That's
Exactly.
I think so too.
Number 2 was Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think number 2 and 1 are actually very interesting given how close they are.
Yeah, and it had another 40% drop, but it has made 222 million, almost 222.6 specific.
That's good money.
$170 million budget.
Yeah, and
Nice budget.
it's still third week. It's at again 25, whereas the next movie.
Yeah, so number 1 was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It made 28.5 million. It's
Yeah.
at a 56% drop. That one's made 117 million on a $125 million budget.
So at this time in the second week of Guardians of the Galaxy, it made its budget back.
Yeah,
Turtles hasn't done that yet.
and Turtles, and who would expect it to because
Yeah.
the reviews have been pretty poor.
Turtles, the difference between the two is only 3 million. That is negligible at
Yeah.
this level.
And it's funny because You mean as far as the difference between what they made?
Yeah, what they made of this week, because 28 million versus 25 million, a $3 million difference in a week for like those
It's
movies
pretty
is pretty
negligible.
negligible.
And I'm just going to tell you from yesterday's box office numbers, Turtles did 3,513,000 and Guardians did 3,511,000.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
close.
So
really
I think
close.
we're going to see a reversal of that next week.
Now, the thing, well, we have other Sin City coming out. I don't know what that's going to do.
It's not going to do anything. They're saying this thing is going to be bad.
Yeah.
They're saying the teen, whatever, If I Stay, I think is the title.
Yeah.
They're saying that is going to do better.
It's getting huge push too.
Wait, what is If I Stay?
It's the Chloe Monteith movie where she has to choose whether
She's dead.
dead,
Brooke
although
read
she
that
can
book.
go on to heaven or to stay with
Yeah.
her boyfriend. Her parents are in heaven, so what's she gonna do?
Oh
What's he gonna
no,
do?
I remember. I just don't care.
Yeah. What really is important about this, and I have not unfortunately had time to do this week's box office numbers, is somebody had their bets hedged up, Nathan, on The Giver, making a butt ton of money to get him ahead of me in the game.
But I'm still going to come out ahead of you. I'm still going to come out ahead of you.
Mike, is he going to come out ahead of me? And
Sorry.
he's doing the
How many
head
times
check.
has Mike been wrong?
Oh no, Boda podcast. I'm doing a head check. That's
Yeah, the head
just
check.
said.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
sorry.
There's just no way. It's just not going to happen.
This is one of those few times I'm actually right.
Yeah. You just don't have a shot in hell.
He's right now. He just wasn't right when he picked his
Exactly. But I will allow you to get close to me, so that it'll
I
be
am
much
going
fun.
to pass your ass, and then you all can like.
You just want to get close to my ass.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Apparently that's
Show
your
of
best
hands.
asset.
Nico's trying to touch it right
Yep.
now.
What?
Oh yeah, at some point
I can't-
tonight I'm
I
supposed to
can't
play with
raise
you,
my
and
hands,
probably
Dwayne,
not
because they're
gonna
both on Steven's ass.
Yeah, only on the right cheek though. There's room on the left. It's funny how that happens. Anyway, so we will have updated film ball numbers in the next day or so, probably later tonight, so that we have a clear grasp on just how Nathan is not going to catch me. The game is essentially over. All the other teams are done, so we'll be having bidding for the next game in I guess the next few weeks.
Maybe
Gotta
looks
do it.
angry.
When does the next block start?
Hey there, you angry?
September?
You're angry.
Mhm.
Shouldn't it be next week?
I know.
Yeah, actually, you know what? The bidding has to be next week. So
Britney Spears and then ask.
post show, we will plan the bidding and post it on the website. If you would like to play with us, play with my butt or Nathan's butt,
We're not
I
selling
don't want
this
to play
right.
with anyone.
We are
Wait,
not
what's the
selling
next
this
bidding?
right.
we're
Next
gonna have
week.
to do it next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Well, part of it's going to happen Wednesday, and part of it's going to have to happen over the weekend, like we did before, because there's too many sessions to do. So we'll work it out. If you want to play with us, just shoot an email to cinegeek@gmail.com and say I want to play, and we'll get you in the bracket, and you can, also make sure that Nathan doesn't get near my butt. All right. So
I don't know what's going on.
let's get into the stories.
Do we ever know?
It's a good thing you don't know, because you have the next story, Dwayne. It's true.
Yes, I was upgraded to this story. Arthur
Upgrade.
Don Pendleton introduced Mac Bolan, or the Executioner, as he's also known, in 1969. Pendleton wrote 37 Mac Bolan novels, sold to write in 1980, and ghostwriters have produced over 600 books in the ongoing series. There's exactly two numbers that make me laugh out loud. 37 is one of them. 42 would be the other.
Why is that?
Well, 37 is the Clerks reference, and then 42 is the Answer Love Universe.
Why does it make you laugh, though?
I don't know, just like
But 69 doesn't
Just
make
with the
you
joy
laugh.
of
no, because everybody, like every immature jackass laughs at that.
I laugh at that.
69. It's totally that
See,
sexual
look, he's
position.
already done. He's already there.
He said 69.
Or if you're a
All
George Carlin fan, it's 72 as well.
No, that's special.
Oh,
Or was
I
it
think about
71?
Yeah. Continue.
No problem getting sidetracked tonight. So there are 600 books in this ongoing series. Over the years, many of Hollywood's burliest leading men have angled.
I like brilliance.
Burliest. Get that
Wow.
Brillo pad away from you. To play the Vietnam veteran who fights against international terrorism, including Steve McQueen, Sylvester Stallone, Clint Eastwood, and Vin Diesel. I am Groot.
So wasn't that basically what what Rambo 2 was anyway? And Rambo 3?
I will defer to somebody who's seen.
What was the
movies.
question?
So no, it's like Angle to play Vietnam veteran who has battled against international terrorism, including one of the names Sylvester Stallone. It's like, oh, so he just made Rocky 2 and 3 that.
Well, that would be
Rambo.
closer to Rambo, actually.
Oh, I said Rambo, and then I
How
said Rocky.
dare you? How dare you?
But a film adaptation has remained elusive. Writer Shane Cilindro is scripting a new attempt, and Warner Brothers has just acquired the Mac Bolan movie rights as a star vehicle for Bradley Cooper. Cooper's Hangover director, Todd Phillips, is on board to helm the adaptation. From Deadline, Salerno says his goal is to craft a relevant, grounded, and gritty, real-world PG-13 action drama film series.
Really?
Salerno's script is intended as the first in a potential trilogy of 13 films. Oh no, PG-13. I got thinking it said 13 films all along. Yeah, 3 films in a trilogy, not 13.
Exactly.
Joint can't count.
So I feel like this is going to be like that November Man's about to come out. It'll be some small little movie. It'll get some push and it'll fade away.
Well, look at I just kind of think of
Oh,
things
well,
that
I
were.
want to see November Man actually.
I kind of think of things that were always supposed to be like these series that were adapted to movies, and it's like we're going to do a trilogy because I know Rocketeer was like that. Disney's Rocketeer was supposed to be a trilogy, but the first one flopped, even though it is an awesome movie.
I love the Rocketeer.
Rocketeer,
Great. Man, I didn't know that. I wish I would love to
I
see
would
more
love
Rocketeer
to see the
movies.
rest of that. I would love to see
They can
more
still do
Jennifer
it.
Connelly.
Well,
Yeah, me too.
Exactly, yeah.
And then what Remo Williams was supposed to be.
I also want
I
to know.
also love that movie.
Yeah,
That's also a
well-
series of like
100
100
Yeah. So obviously, what I'm saying is this sounds really great.
Well, I'll
We all
tell
like
you,
the
this
idea.
is my story about. I was actually, if I had had time to prepare, I was going to read that story specifically because I went through a period where I was into action books, hardcore, like a really pulpy action books.
Okay.
And there was a company called Gold Eagle that used to do distribution on these.
Yeah, it's a
really
porn
pulp-
company.
No,
Are you
it's not a
sure?
porn
Are
company.
you sure?
Well, let me tell you the story.
That's Brass Eagle.
That's what?
Brass Eagle.
Brass Eagle is the.
You know what? I didn't even know that. I was just
I-
gonna
I'm making stuff up.
Oh, well done,
That's
sir.
good.
Well done.
Yeah. Except he blew it by admitting it.
I know.
Yeah.
You should wait till the end of the show when we're off
Exactly.
the air.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, you remember in the '80s when they would have these deals with like Columbia House where you could order, 15 tapes for a nickel.
You know why I remember Columbia House? Because they still call me every month trying to collect
Do
some
they
money.
really?
No, once again, no, I
That's phenomenal.
am. You know there are still people getting those calls.
Did they? I don't think they even
Like,
still existed.
I was thinking when we were trying to find Saddam Hussein, the 1D2 would have been to open up to get him to open up a Columbia House membership. They would have found him.
Go down and find him. There's those old books that you used to get. If you didn't send a book back, they'd send you the shit on the cover.
Yeah, so I had hijacked your stories.
Exactly.
It's always
Yeah.
the second
Exactly.
book in the series.
So anyway, it was Gold Eagle was like that. You would order a giant collection of books, and then you were on a subscription plan. Well, I got a big. There was probably 8 or 10 of those Mac Bolan books with a bullet, with like a Gold Eagle bullet.
Nice.
When I was like 8 years old, I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
That's
But
pretty
I read all those books. They were fun. They were crap. He would go around, he would kill a bunch of people, and have sex and move on to the next thing, which was sounded like a pretty good life to me.
When you're 8, yeah.
Yeah, when you're 8 years old, it's like
Your parents were hip.
my parents let me buy with way too much when I was 8 years old. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, it's funny that this out of nowhere, and it just shows like a generational thing, filmmaking wise. Like people that grew up like me probably knew those books. And they're trying to make a movie out of books that were barely held together with anything other than killing and sex.
But it sounds great. What I like
And they're
is
going to make it
out-
PG-13.
They're going out and finding a franchise that has not been thoroughly done and redone. Planet of the Apes. I'm looking at you.
That new Planet of the Apes movie's badass. Just saying. It is. It's really good.
I've been happier it was just something that has been retreaded.
Well, we would
So
all be
awesome.
happier
So
with some
awesome.
stuff that's
No,
not been retreaded.
Earth of the Monkeys.
I'm
Would
starting
that
to
have
feel, yes, that would. I would be like, this is new and fresh. And I'm feeling the same way about video games too, because it's like every year we get a new Call of Duty, we get a new, all the franchises.
You
played over
said
and
you
over
never
and
have
over.
a bad day, but you are Mr. Negative.
I am Mr. Negative about this.
Yeah, what's up
But
with
there's
you?
other good stuff. There's
Is
more
there?
good stuff coming. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I unfortunately, we were talking about before how that Giver was trying to tread on the Divergence
Mhm.
Hunger Games thing. This goes back to Bourne.
That's the comparison I was thinking to make.
And nothing is done as well as those 2 Bourne movies. The third one was suckalicious. I hated it, but they're making another one. So
You know what I just got to realize though when we're talking about Divergent and Hunger Games and
What?
The Gipper? The Gipper was published first as a book.
I know. Well, and actually, in all reality, I was just screwing with Nathan. The truth is, when you read up on that, is it Jeff Bridges that's in that movie?
Yeah.
He's been trying to make that movie for a long time.
Yeah,
Well,
And
they
in
have been
fact,
trying to make
there
it for 20
he
years.
shot like a little thing with some of his family or something. like
Yeah,
a
with
little
his
sample
dad.
scene.
It's back when his dad was still around, and his dad played the Giver. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
And
crazy.
they say if you see the movie that he's actually the only good thing in it. Like he nails that character. But the rest of it is just so hum.
I'll just say it was bad timing and bad advertising.
Bad movie and a bad bit.
Do we want to know what Wikipedia has to say about Mac Bolan?
Look at I can see.
I think
I'm
we
looking at my
described
computer.
it
I
all
see the
enough.
look I just got.
I think the sex and guns and killing was
All right,
pretty much
good
the
enough.
description.
That was pretty good.
He had 97 confirmed kills, which gave birth to his nickname he would carry for the rest of his life.
That's right.
Sounds
The
like
The executioner.
He's no Carlos Hathcock.
But he was also something else, the Mr. Merciful or something.
It was
which
Sergeant
weird.
Mercy.
Sergeant Mercy. Yeah,
Sergeant Mercy.
yeah, because he cared about people.
So, filming
He's
began.
like Rambo crossed with the Equalizer. Just saying.
Are you happy? Are you happy now?
I kind of am happy.
And
yeah.
we are also getting a new Equalizer with
we are with
Denzel
Denzel,
Washington.
and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm not gonna lie, even though it's a retread.
Well,
I mean,
I think that honestly, I kind of feel that's a retread in multiple areas, both in going back to the Equalizer, but also going back into kind of a familiar character that he's played before.
See, it's okay with me
Which
because
is-
I keep getting my CBS shows mixed up, and I keep thinking the Equalizer is shaking the fat man. I'm really excited.
that's,
I'm just waiting for the
We have
hard
lost the
cap
couch.
McCormick
The
thing.
couch is gone, guys.
For a second.
Well, it's going to be still going because Zach won't have anything good to say about this. It's a
It's
Marvel movie.
continue.
Oh.
Filming has begun in San Francisco on Marvel Studios' Ant-Man, starring Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas, and directed by Peyton Reed. Shooting will also take place in Atlanta, which will serve as the production space.
Mhm.
In addition to Rudd is Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, and Douglas is Dr. Hank Pym. The cast includes the Hobbits, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne,
Hobbits.
Hobbit?
Hank Pym's daughter. Corey Stoll is Yellow Jacket, and it's got a bunch of other actors as well, including John Slattery, who played Howard Stark in Iron Man 2.
And
Now, go ahead. If you're gonna call him out,
Slattery,
say him
Slattery.
out enough.
Not good.
Is it
You
Slattery
know
or
what?
Slattery?
It's Slattery.
Slattery, okay.
You correct me on my pronunciation, so there we go. Mad Men.
Black.
It's what's his face from Mad Men?
Yeah, it's Roger Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he played Howard Stark in Iron Man 2. We don't know if he's going to play like the same character. I think it would be cool if there was a Howard Stark, Hank Pym flashback scene.
That would be cool.
So that kind of
So
that's
what
what
if,
it
since
is.
they're basing this in Atlanta, what if like they were going to make the movie and they accidentally went to the wrong studio and they went to the Walking Dead studio, so there were some zombies and Ant-Man just.
Oh, okay.
See,
They're
Catherine.
actually filming the Marvel
I'm not
zombie.
sure.
Are you
Catherine likes
Stephen? Are you feeling okay?
No,
You seem to have a bad case of the
Stop
Zach.
don't you dare! Don't you dare! You never hit me below the
You
belt
can't,
like.
hey, you can't help it. There is no cure.
But
As
speaking of hitting, I just found my new weapon of choice for Zach. He says that this hurts worse.
That hurts way worse than
Yeah, but
that.
you might
It's
mess up
awesome.
your fan with how much you have to hit that.
True. It's kind of cool though. I like the
The
sound.
paper's kind of like it stings, but then goes away real fast. That thing just feels like a block of wood.
I think it's fantastic.
That's just. I think you have a case of that.
Oh, Zach's not a fun master like I am.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't claim to be a punk master.
Somebody shut him up. He's talking.
Well, I mean, basically all that's left is a synopsis of the movie. So in the movie, con man Scott Lang, played by Rudd, is going to embrace his inner hero and help his mentor, him, protect the secret behind the spectacular Ant-Man suit from a new generation of towering threats. Against seemingly insurmountable obstacles, him and Lang must plan and pull off a heist to save the world.
So, who's the director? What did he do?
Peyton Reed, I forget what
His name is
done.
very.
Edgar
familiar.
Wright shall have his revenge.
Oh, screw Edgar Wright.
What? He walked. What revenge? He
there's no
chose to
revenge.
leave.
He chose
Yeah,
it.
he chose to leave because Marvel wouldn't budge.
Don't you dare!
All right,
Because we've had this discussion.
all right.
Did you see Guardians of the Galaxy? They budge plenty if you're a decent
That,
director.
that's yeah.
If you're a decent director, implying
Oh, hold on. All right.
This is the
Let's
decent
stop.
director.
Yeah.
Stop right here.
Edgar Wright could totally suck at everything outside of his little group.
Let's stop right here because we're gonna be.
We're not friends anymore.
We never
Were you
were.
ever?
Wait, but Steven, you're the biggest defender of his non-Cornetto trilogy film,
What's that?
Scott Pilgrim.
I'm not the biggest.
You
defender.
love that movie.
I like that movie.
When I said I didn't like the movie, you're like, what?
Well, because it
You
seems
love
like
Scott
you.
Pilgrim.
It seems like you.
No.
Actually, the one who really loves that movie is not here, and that's Alan. I like that
You mean
movie.
Slam?
Yeah, Slam.
Slam.
I like that movie a lot, actually.
I like the movie too. I think he's a good director. I just ultimately fall on the side where the chemistry between the two
Didn't work out.
didn't work out, and
Yeah.
so he left. I don't fault either party. He left, but I don't.
I don't fault him for leaving this turd at all, personally.
Because of
Well,
that,
I
because
would
of that,
fault him
I
for
don't.
signing on to it to start with.
Because of that, I also don't feel the need to go. Edgar Wright will have his revenge. Why? He left. They both partied.
Why are
Exactly.
you arguing? What's our rule? Don't argue with stupid shit.
He did the,
says.
You just
Yes,
said
man.
this word.
No.
You gave us
The breakup and Bring It On.
Do what now?
All right.
He's done the
so,
Yes Man, the breakup, and Bring It On.
Well, now wait a second. We all know Bring It On is a
Like,
pretty good
wow.
film. So let's.
And Down with Love.
All of a sudden, Catherine's excited.
Okay.
No,
so-
it's just that's funny. I don't know how I feel about
He's
that
done 3
anymore.
episodes of New Girl.
Oh.
You're,
I did like
you are
it's all
right up
stuff that I
Catherine's
love,
alley.
but like.
See the
So,
movie, you'll feel better.
all right. Let's move on to the next story.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of me.
Oh.
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 Okay, this story was handpicked especially for me, considering it's two of my favorite things in the entire world melded together. Shaun of the Dead is being resurrected for a Halloween special with Disney's Phineas and Ferb, according to Cornetto trilogy actor Simon Pegg.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you say melted or melded? Because I
Melded,
don't-
but I'm so excited that
Pretty
it
sure
might
you
have
said
said
melted.
Matilda.
I don't care. I don't care because I'm really excited. Pegg revealed on Twitter that his character from Shaun of the Dead, along with Nick Frost, will return for an upcoming episode of the animated series. Quote, here's news. At Nick J. Frost and myself will once again be stepping into Shaun and Ed's shoes for the hashtag Phineas and Ferb Halloween. This isn't the first time Phineas and Ferb has teamed up with pop culture icons. The series was previously crossed over with Marvel, as well as recently Star Wars. However, these franchises are pretty kid-friendly, while Shaun of the Dead is an R-rated zombie comedy film. So it'll be intriguing to see how the animated series mixes in the characters, which is why I love Phineas and Ferb so much.
You know what's great is they released this statement 104 days before Halloween.
That's amazing.
Is 104 another, like...
No, it's
No.
it's 104 days till summer vacation.
Shut up, I
Your
didn't
favorite
think
show
about
you
that.
didn't even. That's not really true.
What is that?
It's from Phineas and Ferb. It's the theme song.
Oh,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah.
I wouldn't expect you
You
to
can
get it.
just
I
go
would,
ahead
I
and
would
go
expect
back
the
to
person
sleep.
who's flipping out over
Okay.
Phineas.
Well, I know, it's
It's
just
also
like...
not 104 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good math.
Nice.
He made that number up.
He pulled it out.
That entire
But-
thing was just made up.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Between
Okay,
It's
but
not,
anyway.
not what you said, what he said.
between him and Mike making crap up on both sides of me tonight.
You're full of a lot of crap.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, I feel a little constipated.
It is 104. Okay, never mind. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm super duper excited about this. I haven't been this excited since they said that Clay Aiken and Shaka Khan were going to guest star. Because
Wow.
that episode was the best.
We need to retitle this.
The look on Nathan's face right now just. says
I
that all
dressed
the
up,
people
my
see the
sister and I
video.
dressed up like Phineas and Ferb and walked around Disney World like that, and it was magical.
I
They were
have
Phineas and
pictures.
Ferb. I was
pictures.
Navy's porn star.
As always.
We tried to get him to be Candace, but he's like, no, I'm not cross-dressing.
He should have been Doodles. Or
Doofenshmirtz?
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
the one. We need to retitle this episode the Makeup Podcast.
That's a good one.
What?
Anyway, to continue, it seems like this casting really defines the demographic that the show is going for. This because kids don't know about
No,
Shaun
kids
of the
don't know a
Dead.
thing about it, and I think
No, but I think they'll love it. I really.
well, and
Yeah.
here's the other thing too. One of the little boys that I teach, he's obsessed with zombies. Mom won't let him watch anything with zombies, but whenever I talk to him, he goes, Miss Katie, I've got intergalactic space grenades to kill all the zombies.
Bradley Boo Boo.
Bradley Boo Boo Bear. But yeah, and I mean it's kind of theirs, but it's I love children's television. It's Muppet humor. That's what I like to call it. It's Muppet humor because they gear it towards children and they make it appropriate for them, but then they make enough jokes over their heads that whoever's babysitting them, parents, whatever, that they love it as well.
Well, that's the way good cartoons should be.
Exactly. I totally agree. That's the way all children's television should be.
I mean, because when I was a kid, grown-ups could watch Looney Tunes. Especially Woody Woodpecker, because he was a little dick. I'm just saying.
And the early Popeye stuff.
Yeah. Because he was...
So was Bugs was a dick too.
Bugs could be a dick.
When, our local art museum, the Frist Center, has an exhibit going on right now about animation and
Ooh, I
film.
didn't want to go see that.
Well, you better hurry because it ends at the end of the month. But
There's
it
still
is-
time.
See it.
It is really good, and one of the main Looney Tunes things they have is the cartoon where it's Daffy being screwed over
Excuse
by...
me in the chat room.
I know.
In the chat room?
He's trying to tell me how to legally
Nothing's
get into
really
the
going
quiz.
on in the chat
Keep
room.
going.
We can have this discussion post.
You're
I want to
absolutely
hear
right.
it
I'm
also.
so sorry. Nico, keep going.
Continue.
It's the one where Daffy's being screwed over by the cartoonist, which, spoilers,
Oh,
ultimately
that's-
ends up being Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Awesome. I love
if
that.
you're
Classic.
if you're going to pick a cartoon to just emphasize Looney Tunes, that's it.
That's a good point.
It's a fantastic exhibit. If you're in
Yeah.
the Nashville area,
I
I
would like to
recommend
see it.
checking it out.
I like to see that. All right, cool. So, I don't think they had a date for when the Phineas and Ferb episode was going to air. So it's a special watch for it.
Has the new season
It's Halloween.
even started?
Well, it's a Halloween special, so it's obviously sometime in
And it-
October.
Well, and it's usually either a full 30 minutes, sometimes they'll even make it an hour long, which is always great.
Yeah. Cool.
And then I'm just kind of hoping that Peg does a musical sequence. That's all I need. That's all I need out of life. I want them to be singing, dancing zombies.
Simon Pegg is one of those guys. I really want to love everything he does, but he can do some bad movies.
Yeah.
And it just really makes me...
This isn't going to be bad, though. This isn't going to
Well,
be bad.
I don't
I've
think this
never
is going to be
seen
bad.
a bad episode of Phineas and Ferb. There are some episodes that I like better than others, but everything that they do is stupid brilliant. Knock on wood.
Yeah, when he has something good,
You can knock on
he's
Zach's
good.
head.
That's close to what?
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, he does.
Nailed it with a camera switch.
He does do some crappy movies.
Yeah.
But
what was the one where he was running all the time?
Run, fat boy, run.
That was terrible.
you got it.
That was like almost 10 years ago.
You got to make a little.
It was so bad, I still remember it.
Okay.
I really wanted to like How to Lose Friends and Alienate People.
Yeah, bad.
And it had good bits.
Well, it had Megan Fox in it.
That was not one of the good bits.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It
She
had
has
Megan
some
How is
Fox.
it going to be good? She probably has some good bits for some people. If you're into those kind of bits.
But yeah. Oh, that's pretty much it.
It's true.
Next story.
What movies is he bad in? Run, Fat Boy, Run was 2007.
So-
How to Lose Friends and Alienated People was
So-
08. Everything else since then, you got Star Trek, Adventures in Tintin, Paul, Mission Impossible 4, The World's End, Star Trek.
That
Into
Paul
Darkness.
movie wasn't that good.
Paul wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't
and
that
it had
good.
him and Nick Frost.
Yeah, not
Well,
good.
it was okay.
But
Mhm.
out of all of those, only one since 08.
Well, I mean, he hasn't done that many.
Well,
I
I would like to point out, Steven also didn't put. He hasn't made. There are some movies he's made that sucked since 2008.
Yeah,
It's not like he put a date. For
and I
it.
didn't say the guy is terrible. I said I want to like everything he does, but it is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Star Trek, it's an ensemble piece. That's not a Simon Pegg movie.
And to be
you
honest,
put his name at the top of the movie, it doesn't guarantee good.
to be honest, he also got shafted into.
Yeah.
Because the whole let's take Scotty out of the Enterprise was ridiculous.
Yeah, and that movie actually, I liked it when I saw it, but the more I look back on it and watch it again a couple times, I'm kind of falling into the I don't like it so much.
I'm in the I don't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it when I saw it. I was like, it was okay, but there were bits. But I am in the it's kind of gone the Dark Knight Rises route for me.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like,
feeling the same way.
yeah, I don't like it.
Even worse, I'm just having trouble even remembering
But
it.
you know what it is? What
I remember it because so much of it was basically the Wrath of God.
well, except Wrath of Khan was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think part of what I liked about it when I saw it was so much of it was shot in IMAX.
It was gorgeous.
And it was really a fun visual.
So
it was a visual
were you
feast.
saying you're blinded by
Oh my
the
god,
IMAX
no.
visual effects?
Okay, that was not the way.
I'm
I
not
thought
going to
it
say
was-
blinded by the light. No.
No.
You
No.
could
That
have.
does look like a
Listen,
douche.
I was blinded by
She
CG
said
effects
douche.
in Avatar.
That's the way
Okay?
they
I'm not
recorded.
going to beat around the bush. I was blinded by.
Don't
visual
beat around the
effects.
bush when I'm around. I don't want to see you do that.
It's okay to say you were blinded by something. Just having that admittance.
Oh, I
says
own
a
it.
lot.
I own it. Yeah.
It was a pretty movie, but yeah, it's
if anybody wants to compare and contrast, go back and listen to our podcast that we recorded right after watching Into
Oh
Darkness.
yeah, I had seen it for 2 days.
We
Y'all
were
had just
crazy
worked
over
out.
it.
We were crazy over it.
It
That
was
on
awful.
that.
which I wasn't. I remember specifically. I wasn't here for that episode.
Yeah. But yeah, it took a while for the entertainment value of it to wear off.
We were kind of like that too with Dark Knight Rises, though. As well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Well,
still
actually, wait. No, I don't think I liked it coming out of it. Now,
I think I was still
You
like
were,
really.
and Alan was.
I was still
Alan-
really wanting to
Alan
like
was still
it,
the evangelist of the movie, and he still is the evangelist of the
Still
movie.
is, yeah.
The things I like about Dark Knight Rises, I still like about Dark Knight Rises. It's just the things that I didn't like about it have made me not like it more. They've like become more and more of a problem, and I realized more things about the movie that I was like on a neutral level at
Mhm.
that I also don't like.
I didn't. I remember
So the
when
scales
I
of
came
chance.
out of that movie, I hated the ending. And
that's the weird thing. Out of all the things that I have a problem with the movie, I actually liked the ending.
hated it.
I hated the ending.
I was okay with the ending because I
But
liked
you were wrong.
I liked what it set up for Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character.
I didn't.
It
that
actually
that I
didn't
kind of
like
liked,
that
but
part.
I didn't like that.
the
part.
whole part, if it should have ended right after the whatever the hell he was flying blew up.
Yeah.
I kind of bought that world where
And
Batman
it still
could
wouldn't have
talk.
made up for the fact that he climbed out of Bane's hole in the ground
And then
walked into Gotham.
the way they were so.
He's the Batman.
Yeah,
He
see,
can
that's
do anything.
I gotta give that one.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
the Batman.
you'll say that about Batman, but then you're like, Deus Ex Machina or whatever.
Machina.
Don't you? Correct me, bitch. I'll come over there.
Mhm.
Deus Ex Machina for
Machina.
Do it. Do
Yeah,
it.
I'm still putting the
Thank
emphasis,
you.
putting the wrong emphasis in the wrong syllable.
Okay, basically, Thor can't come out of nowhere and have basically no
He's a
explanation.
god. He
He's
kind of can.
Yeah.
He's a quotation mark.
And speaking of coming out of nowhere,
If Batman could walk his ass across
I
the country in
You
15
really
minutes,
tried. It was valiant.
No, it was this nice attempt. It wasn't gonna happen.
I
think that's called premature.
Hey, speaking of premature.
something I am familiar
No.
with.
okay,
Oh,
that's sad for
I'm taking a
you.
break.
Really
Who's next?
quickly, but
Someone go
before
down,
I was
please.
about to say, speaking of
second.
taking a break,
quickly for just a second, we actually missed this earlier. Opening this weekend, Sin City of Damien Kill for is at 45% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Just saying.
That's about where I expected
If
it.
I Stay is at 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. And there's nothing else in here that really stands out. There's some movie coming out called Are You Here that's 7%.
It stands tall. You don't want to see the football.
Is that a football thing?
Yeah, it's got Jim Caviezel and
There's
Michael
no
Chiklis.
rating on that yet. There's
No, that at least.
That trailer looks bad.
If you're going to have a sports film,
It does.
that it's kind of interesting concept to start the movie when the team loses
Yeah,
the
so-
first game.
So basically the concept is this high school
Winning
team has
streak.
gone like years with an undefeated winning streak, and at the beginning they lose their first game, and everything just goes downhill from there.
But the fact that you said football, I sort of lost interest.
I like the thing is actually generally I'm okay with sports movies, particularly sports comedies.
I'll just
But-
watch Rudy.
Sports
Oh,
comedies
they're
do
all-
sound pretty good.
But I do like sports motivational films, like Rudy. But this one looks like it was made for TV. The
Yes.
shot quality of it looks atrocious.
It looks CBS great quality, like bad.
It does.
Yeah, well, that's a shame.
I mean,
I thought it was when I saw it, I thought it was a commercial for a TV show.
It's a shame, and if it wasn't a football movie, I might be
To
disappointed
be
about
perfectly honest with you, my opinion of the plot, it's like, oh no, they lost their game and everyone's really sad about it. I go, so?
Well, it's not just that. Apparently, a bunch of other stuff, like one of their players dies, and it's like It's a
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Why are you having this argument with Zach, who has no?
You know,
I'm
we keep,
true.
you
I
guys
just
keep
say
telling
that
that
I
to me,
don't
and I'm
like
never going to learn,
sports.
apparently.
So quickly,
I'm just like,
is anybody aware of what you're gonna little Easter eggy thing you're gonna get in front of Sin City? Do you go see it? You know about this, Zach?
No.
Is it a Simpsons short?
No, it's a. I wish it was, but it's
Those are so
actually a trailer for
Spy Kids 8.
no, for Quentin Tarantino's next Western.
oh, Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight?
I didn't know
Hateful
that.
Eight. Yeah,
Apparently, it is attached to Sin City.
yeah.
And it's not going to be online for.
Didn't
a
I
month.
just say that? And you said
Did.
no. I have no clue. Didn't I just say
Exactly,
there was
just
something?
say that.
I did. You
I'm
don't.
trifle deaf in this year.
You're killing the show.
You don't listen. You don't.
You're not Willy Wonka. Stop
Catherine,
quoting him.
Thank you. Somebody got
Know your place, Brony.
Yeah, thank you.
Trying to harder.
Okay, so anyway, the film hasn't even been shot yet, but
There's
apparently.
no footage yet been filmed.
Okay, well apparently he's put
Exactly
together.
what he also just said.
What did I just say? Yeah, it hasn't been. So it's some sort of little sample teasery kind of thing. The one thing that it does say is in the trailer.
CinemaScope 70mm?
CinemaScope 70mm. Well, you sure sure know a lot for somebody who didn't have a clue what was in front of Sin City when I asked.
Dude, I didn't hear that part, to be perfectly honest with you. But yes, I
I'm gonna-
have read this thing
Literally,
that says, here's what
you know,
happens.
your time for ball kicking is coming up. We're done so with the game, so the ball kicking.
Oh yeah, that's
Should we
right.
just-
Nobody
just
even decided what kind of shoe I should wear.
You better decide. We're gonna kick him right in the balls next
Should
week.
we just rename the show into Yelling at Zach?
It could- some nights, all I want to do is that.
Hey, I didn't want to interrupt, but is her hitting you with that a fantasy?
So anyway,
See, this is what happens when Dwayne gets quiet. You know he's like
he's
fermenting.
working on something.
No, I just
Years
have
of
to,
turning.
I have to hold. I had it when she did it, but I had to hold on to the thought because if I started talking, it would go then gone. So
Yeah,
It's
it
true.
was beautiful.
All right, so who has the story here?
I've got it. I think I've got it.
I
Nice.
got it.
he's recouped.
Charlton Copley from District 9 and the A-Team and Michelle Forbes from True Blood, The Killing have signed on to PlayStation's upcoming television adaptation of the Powers comic series. According to Variety, Copley is set to play lead Christian Walker, a dapper and charismatic character with a darkness and violence right at the surface, but with a sense of buried integrity. They go describe the character as kind of like a faded rock star, since the once had superpowers, but he lost them in a battle with a superhuman mass killer. That doesn't really sound interesting.
Superhuman mass killer.
So now he's a detective who uses his expertise with with powers, even though he doesn't have any more, to track crime in the Powers world. It's also starring Michelle Forbes, who stars as Retro Girl, who they describe as the undisputed superstar of the Powers community. And I just love these adjectives they're throwing out: selfless, just, strong-willed, cool, hard exterior with a fight right below the surface. Her willingness to
She
put
has a
herself
hard
at
exterior.
risk for the good of others is matched only by her ability to manage her globe-spanning personal brand. It's like a corporate mission statement.
The globe
Yeah.
spanning.
Yeah.
What to do with her boobs?
She sounds a bit like the Wonder Woman from the pilot we
Oh
watched.
Oh my
God!
gosh, that.
Oh, we could have talked about that too.
Can I just?
Adrian Padalecki, Wonder Woman, is going to now be Mockingbird in next season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, good for her. She has something to do.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't trust any TV show or movie where Michelle Forbes plays a good guy.
Wait, I know the name is familiar to me, but who is
She's
she?
a True Blood. She was the. Oh, you'll know her as the Captain of the Pegasus from Battlestar.
Oh, with the mole.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
her.
Yeah,
What
I
was
like
her
her and
name on
stuff,
that show? What was her name on Battlestar?
I can't.
We're the worst.
remember.
We're the worst
I'm an
podcast
epic
out
failure.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's me and you have to carry this one,
It's
obviously.
true. We always do.
Or the chat room. Anybody in
Yeah.
the chat room want to help?
Anybody?
I'm just going to let you guys just sit there and wallow in
Alright.
your...
Well, I know some of the rest of these people.
Yeah, they're actually Eddie Izzard,
Like, I love Eddie Izzard. I've seen
Yeah.
him live. He's amazing.
Noah Taylor from Game of Thrones, Adam Godley from Breaking Bad.
Who is Adam Godley?
That's what I was wondering. I don't really know.
He's Badger.
I love that
Oh.
Catherine.
Badger? Damn it. Why do you get my hopes up?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
For the,
What if it is Badger?
Yeah,
But it's also a Breaking
no, I
Bad
recognize
director, David Slade, that's going to be the helm in the pilot. So
Well, and the important piece of it is this is based off of Brian Michael Bendis' source material. So
I know who he is.
I think it could be really cool, or it could be one of those damn shows where you flip on to it and it's the super villain of the week, and I get bored with it really quick. Anymore, if it doesn't have a pretty strong serialized element, I lose interest. I don't, and that's why I don't like the CSIs and stuff like that, where it's just a case of the week. I just don't have any interest in that stuff.
well,
Which was kind of the problem that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had early on, too.
I lost interest, and I hear it got better.
It got a lot better. You need to basically find out where... Actually, the
I'm
point where you jump...
hoping that they're, before the new season starts, they're going to do like a recap special so I can catch up. Because I know a lot of crap happened after I quit watching. And if they don't, then I'm just going to have to power through it.
Basically, find out when Bill Paxton joins the show, and then watch after that.
And Bill Paxton is kind of entertaining and stuff.
Yeah, and he's pretty good in that.
If you question that, then you should see the Tom Cruise movie that was out a couple months ago. He's pretty entertaining.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Which they're renaming on the home video release.
Is it Live, Die, Repeat? Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah, it's Live,
Shut up.
Die, Repeat.
I
Edge of
think that
Tomorrow.
was the actual English name, wasn't it?
No, Edge of Tomorrow was the name of the movie.
Was it? That seems like I heard that before. That Live, Die, Repeat.
That-
It's
it was-
on the trailer.
Yeah, it's on the
You're
trailer.
not allowed, you're not allowed
It's
to
a
be a
tagline.
smart ass about this one, Zach, because you liked it.
No, I liked Edge of Tomorrow. I just find it hilarious. It's like, what's the title?
So
The
basically,
Blu-ray cover is awful.
so basically, they took the tagline and made it part of the title.
That's weird.
Why would you do that?
Just to confuse.
no, the
I mean,
tagline was living on the edge.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was also
Sorry.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die,
It was?
Repeat. Yeah,
Yes.
Live, Die, Repeat is
You
what I
know,
saw.
you could have multiple taglines.
That is
Okay,
true.
okay. I'm used to the basis of only one.
it didn't do well, but it didn't do so bad you would think they'd want to change
And
the
it was
name.
critically acclaimed. A lot of
It was
people liked
critically acclaimed, and globally it made a ton of money. Just
That's just
domestically, it didn't
bizarre.
do that great. But that's I will give you that, Zach. You posted the Blu-ray cover art on Facebook for Edge of Tomorrow and the Captain America sequel, and it's like
They're both bad.
really
I don't
terrible.
care what you say about
Terrible.
Captain America the movie. Those covers are bad.
Yeah, the cover wasn't that good.
My love for Captain America 2 is so strong, I will not countenance any criticism of it whatsoever. So I'm still.
He's
going
just
to-
been trying to use the word countenance on the podcast for the last 3 weeks.
Check it out.
So have you guys ever watched
Check
Honest
your bingo
Trailers?
sheets, everybody.
The Honest Trailers YouTube series, they'll do like honest trailers of movies, just kind of put fun of it. And a lot of times it's basically like, here's what the movie's really about, and here's why it doesn't work. Here's like its fallacies and everything. Except with Cat, they kind of do that, but they have to admit it's like, wait,
Let's nitpick.
yeah, we have to nitpick because this movie's really freaking awesome, and we can't really talk about it too much.
It's like all of their nitpicks are my arguments. I'm just like,
Yeah, basically.
damn it.
Yeah,
That's exactly
it
what it
shows how
is.
much you suck.
So they're trivializing you even when they.
Yes.
They don't even know it.
All right, we got one more TV story.
Oh, I had the answer to our earlier question. It was Admiral Kane,
Admiral Kane.
which is a pretty memorable name.
Isn't that
Yeah,
an Urge
sort of.
Overkill song?
Urge Overkill. Yeah, no, that's not it.
One more story.
Go ahead. Who's got it?
It is me. Movie star Keanu Reeves, last seen in 47 Ronin, is headed to TV for the first time, starring in a new series called Rain, based on the best-selling book series by Barry Eisler.
Great, now he can ruin TV too.
Per deadline, Reeves
I like
will
Speed.
headline the series, which will produce with Slingshot Global Media, Eisler, and his directors from his upcoming film, John Wick, playing John Rain, half Japanese, half American contract assassin who specializes in taking out his targets by making them look like death by natural causes. Reeves said, as a huge fan of Barry's work, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to bring his iconic character and incredible world to life. I'm looking forward to partnering with Slingshot on my first series and re-teaming with Chad and David.
I have two things about this. The first thing is, do you think that every time there's a character that's half Asian, half American,
It's
they say,
Keanu
let's
Reeves.
get Keanu Reeves?
Is he actually Asian?
Half? Yeah.
He is half?
Half,
I
yeah.
did not know that.
It literally is, yeah. And
I guess
it-
I can see it.
Which half?
Yeah. I think the bottom half.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. I'm not sure.
That makes sense.
I think that's
that's
what I
always
heard.
unfortunate.
Yeah. But also the other thing is, could this sound more generic, this description?
Yeah, you could.
How many
But not
times
much.
have we heard this killer who specializes in making the death look accidental.
Dexter.
Yeah,
Well,
he was a serial killer.
That wasn't
Like,
part of the description, but he did do that.
Wasn't an assassin kind of like a serial killer? They just get paid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of true.
Very true.
But yeah, we've seen this a bunch.
I think the
in other
motivation
movies,
is
though.
what's important there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if you could turn your hobby into a paying job, why not?
It's true.
Well,
Why not?
I've heard a lot of people argue against that because
Then you don't like your hobby
yeah,
anymore.
because then
It
your
just
hobby
feels like
literally
work.
becomes a job.
Yeah, then
that's a good
then
point.
it just ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do things for the fun of it.
It's true.
I
I
don't read the new Unprepared.
don't have the hate that you apparently do for Keanu Reeves, but
It's a general malaise.
yeah, okay.
I
I appreciate that.
I don't have a hate for Keanu Reeves. It really just depends on the role. Sometimes I like his movies. Sometimes, a lot of times I don't. But
I still have a soft spot for Speed. I like it.
I
It's a lot
did
of
set
fun.
for Walk for the Clouds, and I think
Johnny
that was the
Mnemonic.
idea
A little
of
cheesy, but
With
Johnny Mnemonic.
cinematic greatness.
Yeah,
that.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic, Cinemonic.
And-
I like
Yeah.
that as a rating.
as much as everything that followed it kind of hurt it, the first Matrix, Keanu Reeves in
Come
it,
on,
is
the
still
first Matrix is
remarkable.
fantastic. Yeah.
It's a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a small role, but I loved him in Parenthood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was the
You're
boyfriend.
going way
in
back.
Parenthood. Yeah, he really went for that one. Anyway, so what's on Blu-ray this week? I got the answer for you. How about it? You like it? The
Yeah.
Avengers Season 5, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and Immortals Double Shot.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
That was such a good movie. I love that movie.
What?
That came out 3 years
Abraham
ago.
Lincoln? No, it's a special package with Immortals.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
what?
Wow, that is. I watched Immortals and I liked it, but it was a dumb movie. It was
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
I watched Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I didn't like it.
I hated
was-
it.
And it was a dumb movie.
Mike and I went to the theater and saw it. I think we were angry when we
It
came out of it.
was. It was.
Oh no, I loved it.
It was
I watched it.
aggressively bad.
That was my favorite movie that we watched.
The training
Yeah.
montage had to be one of the worst things.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
You should-
You have to get mad.
You should consider watching movies sober.
Were you sober when we watched that?
When did we
We
watch?
watched it on the plane coming
No.
over from.
We were
Vegas.
not.
The answer is no. You are not sober. That's why you like it.
Oh.
I watched
I
it again and I
loved
liked
it.
it. Yeah, I
You
watched
weren't
it again.
Again, though, you
Yeah.
weren't sober.
No. We
I'm not
watched
like
it.
You're not
it.
like sober for a movie.
I might like it drunk. You were sober for a movie once. Once. And
For
so, and
Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, Catherine was sober. One, were you? No,
Yes.
you weren't. No, you
And
weren't.
I might be honest. I
No,
might
because
have
you were
liked
sick,
it.
remember?
I might have liked it if I weren't sober, but I was
Yeah.
sober when I watched it.
The second time I watched it, I was sober and I liked it. That tells you how much I liked it.
Like what?
Vampire.
Mm,
Abraham Lincoln.
Vampire Hunter.
I'm sorry.
That's some of the words in that title. Very good.
Hey, but I remember because we were also on the plane watching that, and then we watched Magic Mike, and I was like,
And we
I'd
didn't
much
like
rather
Magic
watch-
Mike. Yeah.
What?
And, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were drunk.
So what's the next
It
movie?
just further explains the whole thing. That's it.
I just want to know where you're sober when you watch once.
AVP Aliens vs. Predator Unrated Edition. Let's see.
There we go.
In the Name of the King Collection.
You skipped it. Bronson Triple Threat
Bronson
Collection.
Triple Threat Collection. Okay.
Which one is
Is
it?
this just repackaged
That's-
week?
Let's see.
Is this just repackaged?
Oh wait!
Is that,
It's
is that
not even the
Bronson
good
Missouri?
ones. I'm gonna click on it. Let's see.
Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3, Death Wish the Crackdown.
Yeah. Okay. Those are really bad movies, but probably really fun.
Two's not bad.
I like
Three
the
is
ending
getting
of
pretty
3.
bad.
I know it's stupid as hell, but man, it's just a one all-out stupid gunfight with never-ending clips.
That's right. I remember 3
What's wrong
now.
with that?
And it ends with a guy like being rocket launched out of the building.
That's
and
true.
Half of the
Wait,
building
is that the
exploding.
one where he's like protecting an entire neighborhood of old
Yes.
people?
Yeah.
And he just standing there with this giant Browning submachine gun out the
Yes.
window of a, just blasting away people Rambo style, like Rambo.
I've got to
in
go
that
see
thing.
this.
Yeah,
It's stupid. It's bad. I still love
Well,
it.
he
I
did-
was gonna
he did
say
have
I think I
enough-
love that
but
one.
if any movie that's got a Browning automatic rifle in, I will watch.
Yeah, and it's
Well,
hilarious.
What's
just
funny is
how
this
it
old
happens.
guy gets it, and he loads I think he loads the ammo in backwards, and they beat the hell out of him. So when the climax comes, Charles Bronson gets the same thing, loads it correctly, like, oh, he's got the gun again, he's got the gun again. And they run towards him, and it's just mowing down people. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bad, but it is
My inner
entertaining.
13-year-old really likes it.
Your inner 13-year-old just said when the climax comes, which was pretty
true.
amazing.
Yeah, isn't that double?
Did I just say
the
that?
double thing?
You
What do you
just-
call it when you
that
say it's why
just
the double
happened.
thing? Anyway, you can get Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2 in a single set together.
No.
Kevin Costner collection is Bull
Yeah,
Durham
that's
and
how I feel.
Dances with Wolves. Nymphomaniac Director's Cut. Ragnarok horror movie. I know about this one,
Maniac Director's Cut just got announced.
but it's right here, buddy. It's on the release list.
Sorry about you.
Robots and Horton Hears a Who and Rio in one collection. You want that? How about this one? Runner Runner and In Time.
Excuse me, Director's Cut of Nymphomaniac does not come out for 3 months.
Oh shit!
Wrong
Wrong list. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. This one's better. Amazing Spider-Man 2, 3D and 2D versions.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm
All
not gonna
these
read
you
that
have
one.
here on are pretty
Toy
So,
Story.
sorry, everyone. You're gonna have to wait a
Toy
little bit.
Story?
Toy Story of Terror.
It was the Halloween short. So everyone, unfortunately, going to have to wait a little bit longer for the Charles Bronson collection.
Exactly. We have one of them over here for review. Where is it? Anyway, Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down is out from Criterion.
Boardwalk Empire, the
Only
complete-
Lovers Left Alive,
Fifth
Once Upon a
season,
Time, complete
before-
third season. Leviathan, Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro Collector's Edition, whatever the hell that is.
And the Quiet One.
The
collector's
Quiet
sets
One.
of
Yeah, The Sacrament is also out. I haven't seen that yet, but I kind of want to.
I saw it.
You said it was just okay, right?
It was just okay.
Okay.
That's a shame. Anyway, there you go. There's
That's enough of that.
there's some Blu-rays for you. All right, who's next?
Comics.
Let's do it. You
In
got
comics this week, we have all new Ultimates number 6, all new X Factor 12, Daredevil number 7, Miss Marvel number 7, and New Avengers 23. From DC, we have Batman and Robin 34, part of the Robin Rises story arc, Fables 143, Multiversity number 1, which is a new Grant Morrison comic,
And that's a good thing.
Sensation Comics featuring Wonder Woman number 1, and Teen Titans number 2. On smaller presses, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 10 number 6, Strain Night Eternal number 1. Fade
Anybody
Out.
watching that show, by the way, Strain?
I've heard it's really good.
It's pretty good.
I don't have
watching
FX, so.
it. Yeah.
Fade Out number 1, Peter Panzerfaust, which is about Peter Pan taking place during World War II. And Wicked and Divine number 3.
And if you want to see the full list, it's up on CultureSmash.tv right
Yep.
now from Nico. I haven't bought my comics yet, but I'm going to get that Ultimates book for sure.
I haven't bought it. I kind of dropped off on that Ultimates title. I still read the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man book.
Yeah.
Out of those, I'm going to get X Factor, Daredevil, Miss Marvel, and New Avengers. I'll get Multiversity.
Oh, New Avengers, I'll be getting that one also.
Yeah. I'll get Multiversity and Sensation Comics.
And we've got some reviews coming. You're doing an every
Oh, and I'll also get the Wicked and Divine, which is a pretty good book if you're a fan of the Gillen and McKelvey Young Avengers run or their photography book.
I'm not a fan.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Oh, he pulled a me. He said I was wrong.
Yeah,
Didn't work as well.
but I also like Miss Marvel's been really good. There were a good number of books that I'm probably going to get this week, and there were some last week that I didn't get to pick up yet. I'll probably do my shopping this weekend sometime.
That's cool. So really, the big thing is Original Sin. I want to see how it ends.
Yeah, it's wrapping up this. Is it this month or next month? I think
it's this month,
I
right?
think it's maybe next week.
Yeah, I feel like
If it's not next week, it's going to be
coming
really
quick.
quick.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's been pretty enjoyable overall, and there's a lot of resets happening in the Marvel Universe after it's over. So
I'm really more interested in seeing the Access story. It's
Mhm.
going to be the next event that's later this year, because that's really going to be the focus of a lot of the kind of resets. That's spinning out of that is when you're going to get the female Thor. You're going to get Tony Stark supposedly returning back to the just asshole Tony.
yeah,
And drinking and whatnot, I think, and moving to San Francisco.
is he going to keep the brain tumor?
I don't know how they're working with that. And
His
then
brain tumor talks to him if you didn't know.
I think that
He's
was
smart too.
I think that was
Leave the
just
brain
in
tumor, take the alpha.
I think that was just in Ultimates.
yeah, I think you're right.
But and then you also have the Falcon becoming Captain America, and that's mostly going to all happen in the
Man, I feel like we just got Steve Rogers back from death. Really?
That's the thing too. I'm not opposed to the idea of the Falcon being a successor to Captain America. It makes sense given their relationship. But
Fine with it. It's
yeah, he just died and came back.
Yeah.
Given he's not dead this time, he's pulling the Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond role. He's old because the super soldier serum has been drained from his body, so he rapidly aged to what he actually would be. So roughly almost in his late 80s, early 90s.
I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I don't really care either. I would be much more okay with like a Falcon Solo.
I was gonna say a Falcon book. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll probably have more to talk about next week once we've both caught up on some books. And then when Original Sin comes out, we'll have to have a pretty.
I'm so looking forward to
about
that.
I'll have nothing to talk about because I'll be watching Simpsons for 7 days straight.
Why is
I
that?
thought it was the 12-day marathon.
It's starting soon. Tomorrow morning.
Where's this?
FFX.
The FFX,
every
FX.
Simpson
What the-
episode.
XX. It's the spin-off of FX. It's like their comedy channel.
So it's FFX.
It's FXX.
FXX.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird.
And they're
Wait a
marathon.
second. Did Nico
Fox
just
Extra.
say, yeah, I know, right?
I think he did.
Sorry.
And did you just call him Nico again?
He
I
did.
think I did.
Yeah.
Nico.
Double.
Not Nico.
Double sorry.
Wow.
I'll go
But
back
anyway.
to the corner.
They're running every Simpsons episode ever,
Plus the
including the movie.
But don't
We've
you
been
have the
doing the
DVDs?
I have everything that's released except 9 for some reason, and
What's the last season that was released?
How could you have such a hole in
16
your collection?
maybe I'm behind.
So there's
We
still
should
a
take up
lot
a
of
collection.
stuff that's going to be in there. that
Yeah.
you don't
So
know.
yeah.
you're going to be watching it on FXX when you
Yes.
could just watch it on DVD without the commercials. Just saying.
I don't think that's really.
I was
Or-
about to say, all I'm expecting is like, and
Or
the point
let me correct this. Or you could watch it on FXX and then after the marathon watch it again without
That'd
the
be a pretty
commercials.
good idea.
There
I
you
could
go.
cut my time almost in half. Not actually, but close. But I think it would be fun. I hope somebody's going to be doing a lot of vlogging about that experience. I would like to read. I can't sit down because I have a job and a
You
child.
have a
and
requirements
stuff.
of life. Yeah.
A lot,
Obviously,
a lawn to mow, as we
As
talked
a
about at the
responsible
beginning.
parent, you would just make your child watch
Right.
it.
Reese,
It's
watch some Simpsons.
And take notes.
Well, that's what I gotta say. I'm fine with
There will
I'm
be a
fine with
test.
Reese
There will be a
watching
test.
the first few seasons. Somewhere around 15, 16, things start getting a little more risque on the show. So
And they are a lot more family oriented, I guess, early on.
more
The
so,
first 4
which is
seasons,
hilarious to
essentially.
think that it's a show that was condemned when it first came out for
Yeah.
poor values and
I didn't even like it that much until the focus shifted off Eat My Shorts. I just didn't like the show that much.
I was a big fan of the first season. I can remember that was probably about high school for me. I remember going away to college, coming back my sophomore year, and my brother had really gotten into it, and he had taped some episodes. I was like, "That show isn't still on." He's like, "Yeah, you should watch. It's really funny." So we started watching it, and that was when Simpsons was really hot with their, there was a lot of pop culture references,
Mhm.
and a lot of just really cleverly written, smart jokes, and
Yeah.
that's how I got into the show. Hardcore,
Hardcore, man.
hardcore.
Never
Simpsons.
left it.
I never left it.
Oh,
Well,
looks like
you
we're
know what the
done.
music means. Our time
Yes,
is
that
up.
means we gotta be. I don't even realize. How did the volume come back up? That's interesting. Lots of strange things happening over here in Sam.
This is a very off night.
It really is.
Yeah.
But we made it through it, and
We
it's
made it
good.
through.
And
Thanks for
hopefully
hanging out with us.
There's some entertaining moments
Yes.
here and there. Yeah, 'cause
We couldn't do it without you.
it's true. Nico, we're gonna find you on the internet.
You can find me at twitter.com/NicoScreen. Coming up in a week and a half, I'll be at DragonCon, so will Dwayne.
Yay!
Probably follow.
Photo galleries, interviews,
Yeah.
articles, all sorts
So
of
you can look for stuff that will be up on the website after that, and you can follow what I'm talking about on Twitter during the event. If you're going to be there, tweet me at NicoScreen.
There you go.
You can find me on Twitter at DrWorm75. I am going to this year do what I've talked about for several years in the past. I will be tweeting things overheard in DragonCon restrooms.
Oh, such a good
I
idea.
came up with this idea when I once heard a guy say, "I'm going to wash my hands. I have a girlfriend now." So
That's like the
I
best
thought it
ever.
might be a lot of fun.
It's nice that his standards raised instead of lowered after he got her, because sometimes it goes the other
I still
way.
can't figure out what
It's-
he was
Maybe he's making a joke about the Pamela.
It could be. I kind of thought maybe he had just finished up, and
Oh, that's
it's hard to
disgusting.
say. It's hard to say. There's
really is.
lots of and that's why this is going to be such
And
a
also,
great
really depends
Twitter
on that
video.
time of day at DragonCon too. So
No, it was late. It was drunk out.
And
So.
So it's like 10
there
a.m.
is one particular table of things.
You guys obviously done Dragon before.
Exactly. There is one particular table you will have to visit for me and read me titles because I want you to buy things for me.
Okay.
It's not going to happen.
It'll happen.
I'll work that out.
Dwayne will handle that. For
I'll
you. You won't. You
That will
It's true.
consider it part of my assignment.
It's right.
It's good.
That's right.
That
'Cause
seems
there
like
is-
something I can handle.
that is a great place to get import horror movies. Dragon Con.
Oh, yeah, that's
You know
true.
where I'm talking about. Now, I'm not even talking about the bootleg table. This place,
Legitimate?
well, I wouldn't necessarily go that far.
They're not
Because
bootlegs.
They're not
but they may
bootlegs,
not
but
be
they're
licensed for this region.
exactly. Because I remember one time I went to their table at Dragon Con, and I had email communication with them about certain movies, and they're like, "Oh, they didn't make it," and I was like, "What do you mean?" Because the lady there, she has family in Korea that will ship her boxes of movies and whatever, customs, and you got taken.
Her family member? Jesus!
Yeah, I know, right? But anyway,
That's
Sorry about your
get when
movie,
you
but
that's
put
what
your
happens
cousin
when
in
you
a box.
screw with, just don't do it. But anyway, it's a fun time. If we didn't have film festival stuff, I might be trying to make my way down there too. So you guys have to do everything for me.
Well, you'll be missed, at least until the drinking begins.
Yeah, everybody will do this. Yeah.
Quickly lose all the brain
Your
cells
other
you
assignment is to find Nico when he's drunk and shoot video. 'Cause we
remember.
You know what would be great if the Dragon Con app would actually tell you where your friend was?
Yeah.
Your
No,
friend
we're
is
just
getting
gonna-
drunk in the
we're
ballroom
just
of the
gonna
Hyatt
put-
Regency.
We're gonna put Find My Phone on Nico's phone, and you can just track him. That's what he described it.
I do remember we had Nico and I met up at Dragon Con one year, and we just sat somewhere where y'all were advertising probably GMX.
Yeah,
It was
we
late at
drank by
night,
the
and
booth.
we were just drinking, and,
Yeah.
we were doing the chair thing, where you get up on the chair and
Oh God, I do
forward,
remember
yeah.
that. I remember that
Oh,
because
yeah.
at that time, right after then, I had just I had a friend of mine at Dragon Con. No one
You had
cares
no
about
friend.
this anymore. Who brought like 6 different bottles of Skittle distilled vodka.
Oh yeah, that's
Different flavors
Oh,
of
no, it's
Skittles
good.
distilled
Oh.
vodkas. And
Dude,
I just-
need that.
I just
No,
basically
that's so
shot
disgusting.
one after another after another. I tasted the rainbow. And
And he wasn't
You were
even
making out
drinking.
with Nathan.
no, and I was
gonna
gonna say I was
you just opened
gone.
yourself up for that.
Yeah, I was
you
gone
tried
for the
it
rest
so
of the night.
hard.
I needed. I was on water for the rest of the night, and it took me hours to come off of that.
That's when I decided Homer's dream of Skittle Brow could become true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Skittle Brow?
Skittle Brow.
Nice. Mike, on the internet, you?
Probably just Google Plus. Just look for Clovis Chitwood or CultureSmash.tv.
Cool. Right then. Nathan?
You can find me at Facebook, Nathan Savino, Instagram, Nate70471, CultureSmash.tv, and next to this blonde.
Nah.
Yeah. And you?
You can find me. I've actually been tweeting and Instagramming pretty responsibly now, and
Nice.
That doesn't sound like fun.
It's not. It's not. I hate Twitter. But you can find me at the same
Twitter hates
Twitter
you too.
handle. Huh?
Twitter hates you too.
Twitter hates me too. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's Theron and Than.
How do you spell that?
You're gonna be so sad when I have to change that. TheInDTANDTHAN.
I love it.
And you can also find me at CultureSmash.tv, bearing all of these bitches with my reviews.
There you go. I thought you said bearing for a minute, like bearing.
I thought
Burying.
I thought burying these bitches is what she did when she took her boobs out.
Bearing these bitches.
Wow.
Burying. I've been down south for
You
too
should
long. That's what
eliminate.
it is. I've been down south for too long.
That's
Gonna
it.
do nothing.
Not a damn thing.
As long as he's happy.
That's right. Zach, we're gonna find you on the internet. Don't itch your pit on video.
I'm not scratching my butt.
He's itching his pit with the same
No,
thumb he
my-
was just sucking.
No, I'm
You ow! You have a girlfriend now. You should
You can find me on CultureSmash with some reviews coming up shortly. You can also find me on YouTube, Space Mountaineer 91. You can find me on Twitter at MasterZ91. Yeah, that's
Whatever,
about
yeah,
it.
That's enough.
That's about it.
Yes.
No.
All right, so find me at CultureSmash on Twitter. CultureSmash pretty much everywhere. Google Plus, Facebook, CultureSmash TV, then on the YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much everywhere.
The
I'm
YouTube.
really starting to drag.
It's
here.
always funny when you put "the" in front of things that don't necessarily need it.
Yeah,
The
it kind of makes
internet.
it,
The
makes it more
the
entertaining.
YouTubes.
Yeah.
And you make
Um,
it plural too.
And if you follow us on Facebook, and you can, I guess, follow us directly on Instagram also. you want to see what's coming review-wise, I've been snapping up Instagram pictures of the cover art and putting them up there as we get things. So it's a good
I
way
need to
see
do the
what's
Instagram.
happening.
I've done the
I have to send
Pinterest,
you
but I've not
pictures
done
of
the
stuff I
Instagram.
buy.
If you're going to review it, yes. Well, then yeah, you should. Well, yeah, you should do that.
Okay.
That would be
Sierra,
good.
you shouldn't let him review things that he buys.
Well,
Well, there's
I have
two
to.
reviews
I have a
coming,
filter.
like, tonight.
I filter these things.
I'm just being silly. I know.
I'm
They played it
sick.
Exit In, I think, not too long ago.
It's probably
$60
so.
for one of them.
Okay, with that joke, anyway, you can get the show, as you probably already do, on iTunes, but we're available on Stitcher Radio for streaming. We're on YouTube, live on video, or recorded on video. You can be live on video with us on Google+. All you have to do is add us to your circles. We'll add you back, and you'll get the invite to come and hang with us on Wednesday nights and do stupid crap and, whatever we call this.
Man, we do a lot of that.
We sure do a lot of that.
Next week is going to be the film ball bidding.
Next week is going to be phone ball bidding. If you want to play, then you need to let us know. Go to CultureSmash. There's a link there that says I want to play, or you can email cinegeek@gmail.com.
What the hell are you laughing about?
Just contemplating next week.
Oh, listen to me. So the list will be up in a few days, actually, the bid list, and so you guys get a chance to take a look at the movies we're going to be bidding for the next 4-month block. This block really flew by.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy,
Quick summer.
It flew by really fast
Yeah.
when you were dead last.
Yeah, and it flies by
Really, I
really
would have felt
fast.
like that would be
When your name is
excruciating.
Nathan, you so desperately want to get ahead of Steve, and you can't freaking do it, no matter what happens. All I got was a weird look, which is good. All right, so thank you guys for listening, downloading the show, putting up with us, and supporting us. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Now
everybody.
I'm done with y'all together.